Hello everyone, Xerophobus here. So today we're going to be reviewing Aguero. Okay, so Aguero's card every year is the sort of card that I find anyway, plays the first few games amazing and then just goes to shit. And he's always in and around that 200 to 300k range and you don't see many people using the card. It's a really weird sort of, I don't know, anomaly in the sense that he's really high rated but he's not consistent. It's really weird. He has decent pace, he's clinical, decent passing, very good dribbling, physical. We don't expect him to be that strong, but still, it's 73. It's not bad for someone as small as Aguero. Okay, so just in terms of cheaper alternatives, the only one that I can say that is going to be consistent and is cheaper is Mertens. Mertens, for me, is banging in goals on my team at the moment, so he's the one that I would put towards Aguero that would be similar. Okay, so just looking at Aguero stats, it's the same story every year. Like, his pace has gone down a little bit over the last few years. The acceleration of the mark is always going to be high, 88. Sprint speed is a little bit low at 80, but every other stat bar, maybe his long passing and his aggression, they're all high stats. So like we should expect him to do amazing, really. Like, he was up at 270k when I took this picture a few nights ago, and he's still up around that price range. He might drop a little bit now with the rewards coming out, but overall, like, his stats seem decent. So what I just wanted to do is I just want to increase that pace and increase that finishing, just to make him more clinical and more just quicker off the mark to beat players, because he's not going to hold players off with his aggression and his strength. Okay, so again, this is the team that I use. This is Ram's team. Lucky prick. So Aguero he's basically a Ram in this team. So Van Bassem's up front, Messi in behind, Littmanen out the left and Aguero at the right. Okay lads, so just getting into the clips. Aguero can either be really good or really bad. There's no consistency. Like I said at the start of the video, it's the same sort of card as last year. I cannot find consistency with this lad. Even if I had him at striker, I know for a fact I wouldn't find consistency with him. His pace is good with the Hunter card on. He seems to get away from people. Sometimes his dribbling when the gameplay is a little bit bad. It's a little bit heavy. It's not like annoyingly heavy, but it can be just like you want him to get off the mark quicker than what he does, basically. His shooting is ridiculous. He's very clinical, inside and outside the box. When he gets a chance, he's going to score the goal. The only real annoying thing was probably his physical. Like, he does get muscled off the ball. Even with that strength and aggression, he still gets muscled off the ball just because he's 5'8", I think. But the biggest problem I found was just consistency. I think I've done like 6 or 7 games with this team, and Aguero, just for 2 or 3 of them, he was so bad. He was literally one of the worst players I've ever used, and in other games he's really good. There's just no consistency. And I wouldn't personally be spending 300k to get this lad. You want someone that game in, game out is going to be consistent for you, and Aguero for me just isn't that. Okay, so just getting onto the rating, we're going to give him a 7.9 on the weighted average. Now, that being said, this is going to be a first in the sense that I don't think that 7.9 is an accurate reflection of Aguero. I think it's too high in my opinion. There's just, every single year on FIFA, you want to find players that you can put into your team, and no matter who you're playing, they will always put out like at least a 6 or a 7, if not more. You always want those sort of players. You don't want players going missing. Like, obviously, sometimes you play the better players and they do go missing, but that's like a very rare occurrence. But for Aguero, even against average opponents or better than average opponents, he goes missing, and it is really frustrating. Like, really frustrating, because you're paying 300k for a player that just boggles the mind at times. Anyway, let's go through the stats. Pace, 9 out of 10, very quick off the mark, good sprint speed with the Hunter card. Shooting, a 10 out of 10, he finished every chance that I got him, and you saw that insane finish shot outside the box. Dribbling, a 9 out of 10, I would put this higher, it's just sometimes his first touch can be a little bit dodgy in my opinion. Strength, 5 out of 10, he's weak, he's going to get pushed off the ball. Sometimes he held it up, other times he didn't, but most of the time he got fucked off it. Passing, a 6.5 out of 10, sometimes his passing was a little bit crap, I'm not going to lie. Like, he can assist, but like, if you're playing him at striker, sometimes when you give him the ball out, he's so readable that defenders just put the foot out and just win it back so easily. So I just don't think he's worth it, lads. I really don't. For 275k to 300k, Probably going to be a bit less now with the rewards coming out, but I just don't think he's worth it. There's so many other strikers that you can get. Icardi being one of them. Like, it just... There's so many other strikers that you can get that are going to be better than Aguero. So, I just wouldn't get him, lads. Okay, lads, that's going to be the end of this review. I am trying my best to get all the requests done. I know some of you guys want Raul and alternatives and all that. The alternatives are fine because they're cheap. Just with the icons, it depends on if I have the coins or if the lads get these players. So like Ram has been like a major help because he just has like a fucking insane team and he always has icons, so it's really easy for me to get the reviews for that. But for the cheaper players, I can do the cheaper players and get the cheaper players into my team. For the more expensive players, it's down to the lads to let me use their accounts to just get like 4 or 5 games of them, just see what they're like, maybe a bit more. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this review. I will have another one out tomorrow, a special one out tomorrow, and I'll talk to you then. Cheers for watching.